In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of the curricula that our daughter will be using for her 7th grade class at the hybrid homeschool. If you're new to my channel, I'm Michelle and this is A Common Life. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids and 4 out of our 5 kids are attending a hybrid homeschool this year. So our daughter Grace will be in the Logic A class, which is the 7th grade class. And I have a huge pile of books over here. All of her curricula is included in the, school. There's nothing else that I need to do at home. There's no planning that I need to do. There's no lesson planning. There's nothing like that. So basically, I just purchase everything that they tell me to purchase, and then they give out assignments. Like I said, they will be there Monday and Wednesday during the week, and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, they will have assignments to complete at home. So let's just dive right into this big, huge pile. So first of all, we have this book. It is the story of the 13 colonies, the story of Western civilization, volume 7 by Christine Miller. And this is the revised and expanded edition of the story of the 13 colonies by Gerber, which I am pretty sure she did last year. Pretty sure. So anyway, this is just a lot of kind of like more like a textbook than anything. So I'm sure she will have probably lots of writing assignments and things like that to go with this book. Next are these huge books, which are the Principles of Mathematics book. This is a cool curriculum. It's very different. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but it is a biblical worldview curriculum. That's what they call it. So they kind of incorporate the Christian faith into the math curriculum. I've never seen anything else like this before, but this is the teacher guide that has all of the kind of handouts and worksheets and things like that. This one, these are so big, is the textbook. So this is actually David's from last year. He used this last year, but I obviously had to buy this big. Do you see how big this thing is? It's like a monster. It's a big, huge teacher's workbook or teacher's guide that has all the kind of workbook pages in it. So this will be her math. We also have a subscription to teaching textbooks that they sent to us. So I will be kind of using both of those and supplementing them because we have found that on the kids' standardized testing this year, especially in math, there were things that they just did not know and that they were kind of missing. So I'm hoping kind of using teaching textbooks as well as this formal curriculum at the school, they will have everything covered and be very, very ready for high school. The next book is The Art of Poetry by Christine Perrin. This is basically a book where they'll be reading a piece of poetry and answering questions, looking over elements and things like that, learning of, this is like historic genres of poetry, different vocabulary things, all different types of poetry. It just covers a lot of different things in here. So I'm going to enjoy this book. I think this one's really, really neat. So I hope Grace enjoys it as well. Next up, we've got 2 big, huge books here again. These are the Writing and Rhetoric books. These are the books that they use for their writing curriculum. So they do this one, this big fat book, first semester, and then this book, second semester. So the first one is the Encomium and Vituperation. I always have a hard time saying that word. And then the next one is book 8, which is Comparison. So like I said, they will do an entire one of these books in the fall and then the other one in the spring. I actually like this writing curriculum pretty well. I don't love it. It's not like, I feel like there is no writing curriculum that I have found that I absolutely love. And maybe that's because I have an English education degree. But I do like this one. I do like the classical style of teaching writing, and this does a very good job at that. Next up is her Art of Argument book. My son did this book last year, and he really, really enjoyed it. He had some fun conversations with my husband, so I'm hoping my daughter will as well. It's fun to actually learn all these different types of argument. I didn't realize how many different appeals there are and like the red herrings and all kinds of different things, all the different fallacies. It's pretty cool. So I think she'll really enjoy this, and it'll be fun that she and David and my husband will be able to kind of talk about these things because they know them better than I do. So I think she'll really enjoy this class. And for science, they are using the Rainbow curriculum again this year for Logic A. This is David's book from last year. So Grace will be doing like the first half, I think, and then David will be doing the second half of it. So I did not buy a separate book for him or for her, I guess, because this was his. I'm just going to be using the same book with both of them, but they did each need a lab book. So she got the lab book for year 1, and then he has a lab book for year 2. So I guess that's how we're dividing it up, but they're using the same textbook here. So this is really, really neat. I enjoyed reading through this textbook with him last year, and the lab book looks really nice as well. And yeah, so that's what they're doing for science. I love that about the hybrid homeschool, that I don't have to do science at home, because especially for middle school, when they're like dissecting things and doing stuff like that, it is nice to have it just in a classroom, because they can just buy things in bulk. It's so much harder to do stuff like that as a single homeschool mom, like I'm not going to buy 12 owl pellets, which we did one year. We bought like a bunch of owl pellets and we just invited our friends over to use the rest of them. So I don't want to have to do that with like a sheep's eye or something like that. So this is great. I love that they do this at the school. I don't have to worry about doing science at home at all with my kids anymore. And then, of course, at any classical school, they will be doing Latin. They are doing the Latin Alive program. This is from Classical Academic Press. I don't actually know about this one because we have homeschooled on our own before without the hybrid homeschool. We use Memoria Press for Latin. So this is a different program, and it looks very thorough. I did look through it, so I hope Grace likes it. She seems to enjoy Latin, and so I hope she enjoys this one as well. It should be challenging. It has 36 weekly chapters. So they have, about a chapter a week is what they'll probably do at the school. And then they'll come home Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday and, do any of the assignments and things like that go with it. And Grace has 5 chapter books that they will be reading this year. So the first one is The Witch of Blackbird Pond. Sorry, there was a glare on that. The Witch of Blackbird Pond. The Sign of the Beaver. Rip Van Winkle and Other Stories. Johnny Tremaine, which I loved this story as a kid, but I feel like I read this in like 4th grade. I really do. I really feel like this is a book that I read when I was younger than 7th grade, but it's a really good book. And then I've never read this book, Amos Fortune Freeman, but it is it's a Newbery medal. It's hard to read, the lighting in here. So anyway, all of these books all of them? All of them except the Rip Van Winkle book, they all have a different kind of like seal on them of an award. There's a Newbery, a Newbery Honor, and a Newbery. So they're well-chosen books because they have all received Newbery awards or honors besides Rip Van Winkle, but that's a classic. So I like Rip Van Winkle. That's a fun story. So these are all the books that she'll be reading this year, but that girl reads a lot. So she will be reading lots of other books. We also have book club, so she'll be reading books for book club. And that's all of the curricula that she'll be using this year. There's nothing else that I have to kind of do on my own. Everything is provided or chosen by the hybrid homeschool. If you'd like to see all the other curricula that I have chosen for my children or has been chosen for them by the school, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I will be sharing an in-depth look into a lot of these different curricula, so make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you would like to get a peek inside any of them, especially because I find for middle schoolers, there isn't that much information online for what people are doing for middle school homeschool. So I hope to make more videos about these books and share them with you guys in the future. That way you can get a peek inside things, because that has always been really, really helpful to me. So like I said, make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this, and have a great day.